much, Naiman. Our next speaker is someone I also have a personal connection to. Yulia Bezvershenko is a Ukrainian Emerging Leaders Fellow at Stanford here. She has been working at the Ministry of Education of Ukraine, but before that, she had a PhD in physics, just what I am doing right now. So she knows firsthand the perils of doing science and education, and will tell you all about it right now. Everyone, please welcome Yulia.
Hi, thank you all for supporting Ukraine. Ukrainians are fighting for democracy. Ukrainians are fighting for values and their vision of what they want to have in Ukraine. They are fighting for the future of Ukraine and future of the world. 74 days of full-scale war. Hospitals, schools, universities, museums and labs are being ruined, and we do not know how long it will last. And maybe at this moment, it's hard to imagine that future will come, and maybe at this moment many people can think that it's not a good time to think about future. But I'll try to persuade that it's not. Maybe last days you've seen a photo of Uzhgorod State University professor who sitting in the, working in Ukrainian army, being on the battlefield regularly, 2 times a week at 8 a.m., is teaching his students online. You know why he is doing that and why his commander is okay with that? Because Fedor said, we are fighting for educated nation. And I believe that shows that people in Ukraine are fighting for the future. And I believe that the wartime is not an excuse not to think about future. It's the best moment to start to provide the vision for this future. So what we can do today? Ukraine is, as Professor Fukuyama mentioned, is already a showcase for the world on building and fighting for democracy. I believe that Ukraine also can show what the future can be if we utilize the best in people's mind. We know that Ukraine is a well-educated country. A lot of Ukrainian scholars, researchers, professors, innovators are there and do not want to leave the country. And I ask you to help this human potential to be there, to remain, and to think today together, taking your expertise and things you know and can do together in order to create that vision, to help Ukraine to build itself, to show the world that democracy can be strong, resilient, and knowledge-based. What does it mean? It means help people from Ukraine, Ukrainian scholars, students, innovators who are ready, who are able to flee from Ukraine, to find themselves not just working outside their country, but working on Ukraine, working on Ukrainian future with you. Help Ukrainians who remain in the country, the majority of Ukrainian researchers who remain in country because men are forbidden to go and women decided to stay with their men, with their families, with their students. We have to provide resources, expertise, network to them in order for them to use this moment, to build their strengths, to gain new international experience and expertise, and to think together what we can do the next day after the war in order to strengthen Ukraine. It's about Ukrainian institutions. We had 8 years of war. You know, 13,000 people were killed in Russian war, which they started in Donbass, in the east of Ukraine, annexed Crimea. But during these 8 years, we've built a lot of democratic institutions, transparent procedures. A lot of people were involved in that. And these institutions now gave their money to the Ukrainian army to defend our democracy, and these institutions can't keep going now. And we have to help these institutions, like National Research Foundation, for example, and many others, and universities and research institutions which are in Ukraine, to remain strong, to build their capacity. I believe that here at Stanford University, in the Silicon Valley, in the US, there are a lot of people who are really interested to help Ukraine. And I believe that what we can do is not just help today, which is very important, not just help us to win this war military, which is very important, and we definitely will do that. But we have to help Ukraine to win the war, meaning to build the strong, resilient, knowledge-based Ukraine. Thank you. Let us do today. Slava Ukraini!